What's going on, everybody? This is Joe.
And Amy.
And we are back once again with some more Ravnica at War Momir. This is part 1 of 5 of this event, these Arena Chronicles as they've been called. And we're just going to jump right back into it. We have 5 of 6 wins, so one more win gets us some gold, but we're trying for as many as we can. I'd love to get all 15, I just don't. I hope we have enough time. Mob Scene versus us. Nice. Okay, Karn versus Vivian Reed. Ooh, okay, well, we can play nothing. Because we need double green or black and double green, and we only have a single green, no black. So, keep or mulligan?
Mulligan.
Okay. Whoa, we have Bolus. We also have 3 land, and we can play nothing again, but this one we keep. We keep the swamp on top. We need 3 swamps for Bolus. This is not great. But, ooh, okay, so, right, we already knew we had the swamp. I always do that. I scry something on the top, and then I'm like, ooh! Like, you know you were going to draw it, you dumb...
Hey, you know what? That means you appreciate it twice.
Hey, they have double black. They Momir by discarding Vivian? Ooh, we drew our 3rd swamp. That time I can get excited about it. Right, they have a 1/3, and it could have been kicked to get an instant or sorcery, which would not have helped them. So, well, we're closer to Bolus? Not really. To be fair, on turn 5 we can cast Nissa, so that's something.
Okay.
We may end up discarding Nahiri here for Momir, though.
I was just going to say that exact thing.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. She's not
coming
bad.
from me, that means something. I love Nahiri.
Yeah, she's a good card. But we have the plains too. Maybe we move to get rid of that later as well. For now, let's Momir for 3.
Okay.
Discarding.
Plane.
Let's discard the plains first. I mean, obviously, it's a way to cast Nahiri, so we'll probably just discard her later anyway.
Right.
We have a 3/2 Menace Death Touch. That's awesome.
He looks gross.
Yeah, he's great. He's a Pestilence Spirit.
He's plain and sludge.
Ooh, it's Ralzeric.
Ready to go toe-to-toe with
I mean, the great thing about him is he doesn't really do that much.
All he can do is scry, but scrying's not terrible. It's just that he's going to tick up and he's going to scry 1 for them every turn. But as we've seen, what we did with him was we scried and just put lands on the bottom every time. That was really all we did with Rawl.
So I mean, it was useful for us, but it's also useful when your opponent has him, because it means that you're not getting your ass kicked by, say, Jaya, for instance, who we just got.
Yes, and who we don't have the mana for yet. Let's do this, and we can Momir Excellence 4 by discarding Nahiri. Submit. We get a 3/3. And if we control a Dovin Planeswalker, it becomes a 5/5 with Vigilance.
Oh.
Interesting.
Well, maybe we'll find him next.
Do we attack them with this? If they block, they'd have to double block, and we'd kill both of their creatures. I say we do it. Wow, they're blocking? Interesting. Okay. Sure. We'll do that. Boom. Perfect. Oh, whatever. Okay, so yeah, Rawl's going to keep ticking up. I don't care about Rawl. In fact, as you were mentioning, I was super happy when people attacked Rawl when we had him. Because
right?
It just
like,
didn't
yes,
matter.
attack Rawl of all people. The guy who's not helping us at all, really.
5/5 flyer now.
You ever wonder why hurricanes
They can tap 4 and deal 2 damage divided as they choose among 1 or 2 targets, and only if it has a counter on it, which it currently does. But we did draw this.
Okay. Getting closer to Bolus here.
Yes, we need to draw an island, but we also need to play the swamp and the island still. We can play Nissa now, or we could play Jaya. Jaya deals 2 damage to any target, which is not enough, unless we attack and they block. And then we can play Jaya and kill their creature. Because we can't block it anyway, because it has flying, so we might as well attack. And if they get bold and block it, we kill their flyer. They've blocked. Okay. So, let's play Jaya. We'll deal 2 damage to your
eyebrows. Here's how
Awesome.
it's done.
Nice.
And we end our turn. That felt good. felt very good.
Recklessness
Ooh, they got Ugin.
are the
That's a
truth
very good card for
lies
them.
beyond.
I don't want it, or I would want it. I don't want them to have it.
My
Yeah,
brain's
Raul's just going to tick up. Like, I think when we had Raul, he was up to like 14 or something that time, because I just don't... He's not something I have to deal with. They have a 2/2.
And they did make a good choice at discarding Saheeli.
Yeah, oh yeah. Saheeli's not good in this format. Oh, we can actually kill it. It would give them the card. Or we could just deal 2 to Ugin. Oh. No, that actually makes perfect sense. So we're gonna actually do it to the creature. Because we can then play Nissa. Nissa's +1 puts 3 +1/+1 counters on this swamp.
Behold, nature's true power.
Then we kill their
I
creature.
have a reputation to uphold.
They get it back into the card back into their hand, and then we can attack Ugin for 3. And the cool thing is Ugin has a -3, which is very good.
Caution.
But
Okay, so a land, you can put counters on a land, and then a land can attack?
well, she's your girl, isn't she? What does she do? She awakens elementals out of the land, right?
Yeah.
So she makes the land into a 3/3 creature that has
sweet.
vigilance and haste.
Of the multiverse.
She is my
obey.
girl.
And we can do -8
The forces
to
of
get an
nature can
emblem
show
with
us many
lands we
things.
control are indestructible. Search our library for any number of forests, put them onto the battlefield tapped, and shuffle our library. And all of our forests, when tapped, produce double green. Which is great. And we do have a forest in our hand, which I will probably discard to Momir. Yeah, they got Worm. We got Sarkin. We do not, notably, have double red.
No.
But if we draw an island at any point... Okay, so here's the now we can't attack with this anymore. But we can... Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, with Nissa, Momir, we can do X = 7 now.
Oh, we can.
Because when we tap a forest, it produces an additional green. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, okay. I thought you were counting our swamp with the counters. I was like, but wait a minute, he's a creature now.
Yeah, I wasn't. Although that's a very good point. I should probably. Okay. Hopefully it doesn't tap our swamp. It doesn't. Good. We have to discard this forest in the process, which is fine. We get a 4/4 that we can tap 3, sack another non-token creature, and get a spirit token with flying. Well, we're not going to have many non-token creatures. Sure. Let's use Nissa's +1 on, I guess,
We don't.
a swamp. It doesn't matter. It becomes a creature. It untaps it, but we're not going to attack.
Yeah, but we needed our swamps for Nicol Bolas.
We can still tap our swamps for mana. They are still lands.
Okay.
If they kill them, then I'll be upset with my decision-making process. But for now, these are still lands, and you can still tap them to add a ball.
Yeah, but you could have done it to the forest.
wonder what the weather's
which
like
the
on
only
Ixalan.
thing that we needed the forest for was Nissa.
No, they tap for additional mana, and we can use that for Momir as well. But we will see. Okay, Ugin destroyed us. Ugin destroyed us.
Do not include
That is fine. But Ugin's dead now. Kai exiles the creature.
Rid of anything, living or
Ooh, they're exiling our 4/4, not our
Oh,
lands.
good. Thank God.
So if we draw an island, they will be very upset that they chose to use that not on our lands. Yep, they're attacking. I am allowing it to happen. I have no blocks. 7. Island? Draw an island. Damn it.
Well, at least we can Momir it.
Yes, but we can only do it for 6 this time, because our forests don't tap for additional mana.
Right.
And we will have to tap our creatures, our land creatures, but again, we don't want them to die. So, Kaya can technically exile another creature, but we're hoping that this one, whatever we make with Momir, is scarier than our lands,
Right.
so that they don't get rid of it, because we want to play Nicol Bolas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. X = 6. Discard this plains. We have a 3/5, and when it's dealt damage, we get a +1/+1 counter on each other creature we control. So our lands would become 4/4s if this guy takes damage. That's pretty cool. Just grab one.
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I make it really tough for fun.
They kept it on top, so it is likely a planeswalker, although if it's land and they want to discard it, that's an option. They almost have bolus mana. They need one more swamp. X equals 7, so they get an 8/5, and when it's dealt damage, each opponent sacrifices a permanent. Spoilers, we'd likely be sacking Jaya.
Great.
I don't let anything slip through the cracks.
Jaya, the one good thing
Other
we
than
have.
myself,
Well-
of course.
Yeah, okay, Jaya's.
Nice
We're
work
at
out
5.
there.
We drew the island.
Thank the Lord.
We drew the island. Now the problem is...
Or the god. The dragon god.
We draw a card, each opponent exiles a card from their hand or permanent they control. Yeah, I don't think Ugin's or Bolus is going to be enough for us, to be honest with you. We can exile a creature. So we can exile either the 8/5 or the 7/7, but we have to tap our land, so we will have no blockers, and we're at 5. So we die here regardless. Drop Nicol Bolas. You see all the sparks going into him?
Wow.
In exchange
Dropping
for
Nicol
eternal
Bolas.
servitude.
We're dying.
Again, no matter what we did, we would die. We can tap these two and Momir sacking Sarkhan to get a blocker, but we're dead here no matter what. They had two huge attackers. We had nothing we could do anyway. So we can use his -3 to destroy this 8/5, I guess,
I am Death's master.
and then we lose. Okay, so
They played Nicol Bolas?
I don't know. I don't think they had the mana for it.
You just said that they did.
No, they were missing one swamp, I was saying.
Oh.
But anyway, okay, let's go back, run back. All right, so you may have been right. Maybe I tried to style on them. Maybe we should have tried to Momir, discarding Sarkhan for a higher X cost. We would have had 2 lands that we could have blocked with, as well as whatever we got with Momir. Sakamoto.
Jace.
All right, so we can discard Saheeli.
Yes, which is great.
We have a white for Dovin. We do not yet have a blue for Kasmina, but I think this can work.
We can Momir the reds then, because we don't need them if we get rid of Saheeli, right?
Yet. We do the green as well. So let's
Momir this baby.
Yeah, but not yet. Not on turn 1, unless you really think so.
I mean, the more we can Momir, the better, I think.
Okay. We will Momir X equals 1. Momiring Saheeli away. We have a 1/1 flyer. That's not bad. Its ability would, if we sacrificed it, we could choose a non-land card in their hand to make them discard it, but that's just going to be a planeswalker, and we don't know what they have in their hand at any given time, and we could just be sacrificing a 1/1 flyer, which is going to be pretty good for us, I feel like. Ooh, they have a 3/1 now. Well, we drew a blue, so we can play Kasmina eventually.
Or Dovin.
Well, Dovin we could have played with the white. It's blue or white. Let's do X equals 2 and discard this mountain that you were mentioning earlier.
Yes.
We have a 2/2 that we can activate some green and white abilities, give something trample, or all our creatures trample, or make a 2/2 green and white elf knight token with vigilance.
Gorgeous art.
Yes. But to be fair, I would probably just trade it off for their 3/1. Because I don't want to take 3 over and over and over again.
Right.
They're playing
Playing
Saheeli.
Saheeli.
That you're going to be very upset, friend.
Well, alright. Well, we know we can win it now.
I don't know about all that. Don't get too cocky.
It's not cockiness. It's, okay, now we don't have to worry so much as
There's
just
no accounting
think.
for luck.
Maybe
We
yours
know we
will
can do it.
hold.
We just...
I'm well equipped to deal with
right, let's,
nuisances like you.
Attack with the flyer, leave the 2/2 back just in case. Because if we attack, they're just going to block with this, but we've used Dovin's ability, so neither of the creatures would die, but ours would be tapped and theirs wouldn't. So at least if they throw out a random, like if they Momir and get a random hasty creature, at least we could possibly attempt. Oh, am I dumb?
To the mall.
Planeswalkers are non-creature spells.
Messy.
So they get servos from casting Planeswalker spells. And then they can -2 on Saheeli to make their servos become copies of other creatures they control.
Oh.
So I'm dumb. But also, hold on. Let's do this. Okay, so this is not a huge deal yet. Sure, we can give our guys trample. We're not at 6 yet. Let's play Kasmina. She makes a wizard, and then we draw a card and then discard.
My students are loyal geniuses.
We can discard this Plains. We don't have Gideon, so we don't need double white. We can use Dovin on the 3/1 again.
Boxes are made to be
Then go to
thought
combat
outside
and
of.
attack for 1 flying to the face. Interesting. I still don't love Saheeli because you have another level of randomization there where
Yeah.
you get the servo when you play a Planeswalker, but you have to have a good enough creature on your side of the field to duplicate
Right.
your servo into, but it could be really devastating.
Well, what we kind of determined from this is that going wide really does help you win a lot more than sticking to your planeswalkers.
Whoops.
So if that's what we've determined, then that means that using Momir and using something like Saheeli, where you can duplicate what you've got on the field to have another thing on the field, might actually benefit you more than just trying to get
Your
good
loss will either be a
planeswalkers and
tragedy
playing those
or
good
comedy of
planeswalkers.
errors.
Yeah. Right, so they played their own Dovin. Presumably they'll use it on our flyer so that we can't keep hitting them over and over.
Looking to
Oh,
elevate
they use it
yourself.
on our 2/2. Interesting.
Pair of stilts?
Well, no, because again, it kills any of these. Although to be fair, like
We have another 2/2.
right, but this one is we would probably care about
I know
more
how
because
to
then it's a
stop
secondary ability. They're using they use Saheeli to make the servo into a devil. Because the thing is now if we block with the 2/2, the devil would die, but the devil can then deal 1 damage to any target when it dies, so it could kill the 2/2 in response.
okay, I see.
I don't mind as much, but I also don't care necessarily about taking 1. They made a thing that make their dinosaur spells cheaper, and they can get dinosaur haste. That second part's not viable. Okay, so if we play a swamp, this doesn't matter. We're gonna play a mountain later. We're gonna discard this island. So let's Momir. Well, actually, let's Kasmina first. See if we
My
we
students
did. We
are
drew
loyal
Ugin.
and
Yes.
We don't have the 6 yet. Next turn we will.
Okay.
But we can discard this island. But we have Ugin now, which is great. We can still use Dovin on the 3/1.
When pursuing
We have a
creativity,
1/1 flyer, and they don't
defy
have reach,
convention.
and they used it on this. So let's attack them, or we kill Tybalt. We can't gain life. I don't think that's too relevant. Okay. Sure. Damage. They go to 16. But we're going to start Ugining out, as you were talking about. You want to go wide. You
Yeah.
get Ugin, start +1ing, and making face-down cards into creatures. They're going wide and making O3s. Resolve. They're making O3 walls.
Finally.
So they're going
to prove my
quite
skills.
wide. They're just going small and wide, whereas we're
Yeah.
going a little bit larger and wide so far.
Talk to the wall.
Are they just... Do they just keep making me, like, have to click through everything?
Few
Trying to
things
do my
can
creatures
withstand my
trample?
careful
Okay, good.
scrutiny.
They finally used it on the imp. Makes the most sense, in my opinion, of course. Okay. They have hexproof. Teo. They're doing X equals 2, and they get a 2/1 that has hexproof as long as it's untapped, and they can tap to add a mana of any color. Pass to attackers, pass to end of combat, and it's my turn. We drew Teferi as well.
Sweet.
Okay, so we can return a creature to their hand, which would just get rid of any one of their creatures and draw a card, which I do not think is as relevant as starting to play out some 2/2s with Ugin.
Yeah, but we could play Teferi now.
We can play Ugin right now. We have to play a land for the turn. Now we have 6.
Oh.
We can play any of these, actually. We can play Arlen as well, but all she does is make a 3/3 wolf, which is not bad. It's arguably better than Ugin, but at least with Ugin later on, we can -3 to destroy a permanent that's 1 or more colors.
Okay.
Which would presumably go to one of the planeswalkers, but right now that's not super high priority, I don't think.
Understand reality. You understand.
Let's activate Dovin again. On the 3/1 again, I guess.
When
Let's
pursuing
activate
creativity,
Ugin.
defy
+1.
convention.
We get Ob Nixilis face down.
Manifest
We
before.
can not attack. I guess we could if we attack with our wizards, they block here or here and kill it with one of the devils. Although they seem to like that. No, I will pass the turn. So next turn we have a choice. We can depending on what we draw, we can Teferi and Momir, because Teferi only costs 3, so we could Momir X = 3 and discard whatever card we draw if it's a land that we don't need.
Yeah, but I thought you said Arlen was better.
Arlen makes 3/3 wolves. Gianni comes out. Servo.
There is much to learn from symbiotic relationships.
Jung puts a +1/+1 counter on the 1/4, or on the wall, which becomes a 1/4. Okay. But it has defender, so it can't attack, but it is defending them quite well.
Anything
And they make
support
another
my
wall,
allies.
because Teo. They're going to use Dovin on our flyer.
I'm well
Since,
equipped to
again, I
deal with
mentioned doing that a
nuisances
while ago.
like you.
We drew a land, a swamp, which unless we have Nicol Bolas, we don't... Oh, actually, with Ob Nixilis, we do need double black.
Yeah.
So I'm going to play this. I'm going to play this, and then do we play Arlen? You were mentioning playing Arlen. I don't hate it, because we get a 3/3 wolf out of the deal. Okay, let's do it.
Feel your hair grow. This is your hunt now.
Ugin is the only other thing we can do. We can destroy a permanent that's 1 or more colors. What do we want to destroy? There are a lot of options.
A permanent, meaning a planeswalker as well?
A planeswalker or a creature. So do we kill Saheeli here?
Yeah, because she's making all them servos.
Sure. Destroy Saheeli.
Fight another day.
Saheeli goes down. We could kill Dovin to use on the 3/1, but it has 1 toughness, so we could kill it with anything, including this Ob Nixilis thing, and then get Ob Nixilis back for next turn. I have no attacks. No, I have no attacks. Pass. So I don't think I'm too worried about this particular attack. They're doing pretty well at locking themselves down to ground attacks because they have a 1/4 and an 0/3. They do have 2 1 loyalty planeswalkers and 2 2 loyalty planeswalkers. X equals 5. They have a 4/2 with haste. That's actually not that bad. Again, this kills it. Okay. Or either of these wizards.
But again, it's ground attacks, so hopefully
Correct.
the next thing Momir will have flying.
That's fingers crossed. Also, Teferi can get rid of one of their creatures. And if we can Ob Nixilis, can we do both? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. If we draw a land and this dies this turn, we can. What did they just do? Did I miss something? Oh, they put another +1/+1 counter on the other. So they have 2 1/4 walls now, which is fine.
So then we should have attacked.
Who?
We should have attacked with our 2/2.
Oh,
Because
see,
we
no, 'cause-
want them to try and block it so we can get our Nixilis,
No,
right?
they would just take 2 and go to 14. Right now, they're killing Ugin. In fact, no matter what we do, they're killing Ugin. They have 2 devils. If we don't block the 2 devils, Ugin takes 2 damage and dies. If we do block the 2 devils, they die, and they each deal 1 damage to any target. They both deal 1 damage to Ugin, and Ugin dies.
Okay, so...
But we still kill them, because otherwise they remain on the field, which is annoying. Actually, you know what? I'm going to tempt them. Oh, did I just double block the same thing? Because they think that we want this. I don't care as much about it, to be honest with you. But
a good idea, though.
they have the opportunity to kill that and not Ugin. I assume they won't take it. I assume that they kill Ugin by dealing him 2 damage.
And that would be the smart choice.
Correct. But I am tempting them by giving them the option to kill this. But it is a bluff. Because we can make 2/2s with it, which is notable and good, but they still kill Ugin, because Ugin makes 2/2s as well,
Right.
somewhat indefinitely. So, it is their turn. They are deciding. Ooh, they're actually thinking about it.
Deliberating.
Yeah, which is great. Good. Do it. Each of them make 2/2s. Yeah, we saved Ugin!
Oh my god!
That's awesome.
They took our bluff. What? That's crazy.
That's great.
I don't know why they thought that that card was so good.
Well, it is good. It makes
Yeah, but-
2/2 creatures with vigilance.
But they were like really adamant about it being good. It ain't better than Ugin. What are you smoking? You know?
Ooh, okay, so Watley we don't care as much about at all. We can play both of these? Do we have enough?
Ashiok.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know if we can play both. Can we? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3? Yeah, we can. We just have to do double black. No, we have to do Teferi first, because they want to tap. They want to tap our blue for Ashiok, which is a bad idea. Let's do Arlen to make another wolf.
Be brave now, pup.
Let's do Teferi.
Let's slow
Oh,
this.
so when we play a card like Ashiok, we don't even get to say, tap the swamps instead of the islands?
You can. You can tap the lands first. And then it produces the mana. Arena does a thing called auto tapping, which you can also turn off. We are going to make them put the top 4 cards of their library into their graveyard. Why is it not?
Mute?
Oh, they're hexproof. Ooh, nice. Okay, let's use Teferi then, and return. Do we return one of their 1/4s or their 4/2? I think we return one of their 1/4s. By returning, I mean get rid of forever.
Yeah.
So we're going to return to their hand, and we draw a card, which is notable.
No, I am not making this
Way
up
we
as I
draw
go.
land, which we don't need. We cannot use Ashiok until we get rid of Teo. So let's go to combat, and let's attack Teo. Oh, they're just going to block with the 1/4? Damn. Interesting.
We can attack.
We can attack... Oh, we can attack with this
4?
flyer. They can't block him. Teo dies, and then in our
Teo
second
can't
main...
block a flyer?
Well, nobody can... Teo's not blocking. Teo's the planeswalker.
So he can't. Okay, so Planeswalker.
No, well, again, we choose whether to attack the planeswalker.
You'll see.
We got rid of a Domri and a Arlen Cord from their side, by the way. They went into their graveyard, and then their entire graveyard went into
Okay,
exile.
so to block damage against a Planeswalker, you have to use a creature to block it?
Correct.
That's weird to
Correct.
me.
Oh, you didn't know that? Okay,
Why
yes.
can't Planeswalkers block?
No, it doesn't work that way. So
That's
when
so
when we attack, we choose whether to attack the player or which planeswalker we are choosing to attack. They have a 5/5 flyer. That is very scary. Hexproof from monocolored. Interesting. Okay.
Well, we have Dovin.
We have Dovin for 1 turn.
There are many
They're
who have
Dovening our
turned
1/1
weakness
flyer. That's
into
fine. Because all their planeswalkers are at 1, so they understand that.
We have Dovin, and
We have Dovin that we can use once.
Is Teferi the other one that was doing something?
Yes, but he needs to be at 3. Right now he is at 1 and 2. And we will use Ugin as well. And Ugin as well can destroy... Oh, this is not... Oh, yeah, it's all colors. So yeah, we could use Ugin as well. Ugin is no colors, not monocolored, so I believe that works. What did we get as our 3rd card? A land, which we don't care about. Great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to Momir X equals 7. 5, 6, 7. And we discard a forest. X equals 7, discard a forest, and get a 4/4. This guy's not great, but
No,
he's
he's
fine.
not.
He's fine. Ashiok, on the other hand, is quite good. Arlen is -2, so let's make another 3/3
Please
wolf.
protect my pack.
And then let's Ashiok our opponent. Top 4 cards of their library into their graveyard. We got the Wanderer. All of their cards go into exile. Now we can Dovin one last time on their 5/5, because Dovin is 2 colors. so we do
I
that.
find your
And
attacks
then
unoffensive.
can we start attacking? Their 1/4 is tapped. Oh, because they added mana with it.
Well, we definitely went wide.
Yeah. So you know what? I'm gonna attack with this Obnixilis one, and I'm gonna attack onto. I'm gonna just attack our opponent. I'm gonna start pressuring them big time here. Do we attack with our 3/3s? No. I think we attack with these two for now. And this one. I don't want them to think that we care about one versus the other. Because if we get Watley back, we can Momir her. I don't care. I'm going to attack them with these 3. If they take it all, they go to 10, which I doubt they will. But anything they block with dies. Oh, they have the 5/5 flyer. Oh, no. Oh, okay.
It's Dovin.
Right, but it means that they block the damage. It just, nothing dies in the process. But they took 4, and our creature was tapped in the process. But I think that's totally worth it. That is fine. They're at 12, we're at 20, so we're actually in not a bad position here, to be completely honest. This 4/2 dies to any of our 2-powered creatures, which we have one here that's a land and one here that's a wizard. X equals 7. They have Chromium. Wow, Chromium's cool.
Yeah, he's really cool.
7/7 flash flying can't be countered. If they discard a card until end of turn, it becomes a human with base power and toughness 1/1, loses all abilities and gains hexproof, and can't be blocked this turn. So overall, I mean, it's a 7/7 flyer, which is the scary part, but other than that, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Nissa.
Nissa, are you good right now? Are you what we need? Please be what we need.
She's not amazing. Now, they have no cards in their hand.
Oh.
So
is true.
Chromium is vulnerable right now, but that will not last.
Okay, so can we do anything about that?
Yes, but we can Ugin the Chromium, but then Ugin dies. If we wait another turn, then Ugin will live. We can only plus up to Fairy, so let's just do that. We can
That's more
minus
like
Ashiok on them, so let's do that. Let's do all the things that we can do. We got Kaya. Hell yeah. Ashiok's doing great.
anyway.
I think we Momir. What does this do? We can sack another non-token creature, but we don't have any other non-token creatures. Okay, never mind. I think we plus up Ugin to save him and hope that they go to no cards in their library. Sorry, not in their library, in their hand at some point.
I was
Sorry.
like, oh my god, you're joking, right?
Okay, let's Momir for X equals 7 again.
It's like, I know that I was talking about Millen last time that we did this, but I was totally joking.
Alright, so we get Chromium!
Yay! That's funny. That's really funny.
That is really funny. Why does this... Oh, because we could use its ability. Do we go to combat? Well, of course we go to combat. Let's attack with this on them. This on them. Because they have their 5/5 and their 7/7 that can both kill things. But then anything else they block with dies in the process? Sure. Let's do that. We have a 1/1 flyer. No, because they have huge flyers. And we don't want our 4/4 to die. So, those are our attacks. Little dinky little 2/2s that if they die, we don't really care. If they kill the wizard, that's the safe bet. All of the Ugin ones are luck of the draw. So they're killing a land right now. We'll get a land back. They killed the... Or they're not killing the Obnixilis one.
Okay.
And they're not killing the Watley one either. How did they know? That's interesting. Good for them. Soul read. That's fine. The land will get us money.
Yeah.
Plus, we're killing their servos off. So I'm totally okay with all of that.
Yeah. And if next time they think that they should preserve that Watley one, then great.
Yeah, I don't care. Like, the Watley one...
we don't care about Watley.
No. In fact, we don't have anything that benefits from Watley because everything has the same power and toughness. Watley says all creatures we control assign combat damage equal to their toughness rather than their power. We would gain 7 life, notably, if we had her on the field. We could -3 her, gain 7 life, but I'd much rather discard her X equals like 8 or something, and get like something big.
So she
going
would
on.
be great to have, like, to draw late game when you're like grasping for straws trying to stay alive.
They
kind of thing.
discarded Nicol Bolas. Oh,
Oh
they
my
have
God.
no swamps on the field. So they would need 3 swamps
That's
to
why.
get that to happen.
But they discarded Nicol Bolas.
They got Tishana. They draw a card for each creature they control.
That's a, all right. Well, that was worth
Oh
discarding
my
Nicol Bolas.
god.
Holy shit.
So I was super happy that they discarded a card because it meant we could get rid of Chromium because they had no cards left in their hand.
But they just did themselves the biggest favor they ever could have.
Oh my god.
We were shocked at that because they discarded Nicol Bolas of all things.
Well, again, they only
they
had they had
didn't
no
have the
swamps.
swamps. They
No
didn't have the swamps. So it was a good choice.
Okay, so
But
Dovin.
then they got exactly what they needed.
Few things
Okay,
can
so Dovin's
withstand
hitting
my
Chromium,
careful
which is actually
scrutiny.
good. Because every time, well, Dovin's dead now, but it means that they can't attack with Chromium this turn. Because if they do, we just block with our Chromium, and our Chromium, neither Chromium dies in the process. Pass to attackers. They might still do it. Because if
But
they attack,
ours is Dovined.
that's what I mean. Ours
Oh.
doesn't take or receive damage, give or receive damage. So if they attack with their 5/5 flyer as well, we can't stop the 5/5 flyer. So the question is, do we save Teferi or do we save Ugin? And I think we save Ugin.
Okay. What was Teferi doing?
Teferi can -3 to return a creature to its owner's hand, and we draw a card, but which means we
Which
get
means
rid of any
that we
creature.
get rid of a creature.
Correct. But Ugin destroys target permanent that's 1 or more colors.
Oh.
So it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
So we block here. Ours doesn't die. Theirs doesn't die. Teferi. Oh, I could have blocked. No, go back. Okay, that's fine. Teferi's dead, but their flyers are tapped now. So I can kill either of these guys if I really want to. Teferi dies. I
should have
could have
seen
saved
that coming.
Teferi, and I missed it. And that's my fault. But it's my turn. Let's see what we draw. Let's see
Nothing?
what we draw. This, like... This board state's crazy. Oh, they had to discard a card because they had more than 7 cards in their hand. Okay. How many cards do they have left in their library? 58. That's too many. Let's... They can save Chromium. They can't save this.
Okay.
So I'm going to use Ugin to kill this 5/5 flyer.
Okay.
We have Chromium, so I don't mind offering to trade these off.
Okay.
So I'm going to destroy their 5/5 flyer that has hexproof from monocolored, but Ugin is 0 colors,
Okay, good.
not 1 color.
So Ugin is better at killing that particular creature than Teferi would have been.
No,
No.
Teferi's 2 colors as well.
Oh, okay. So,
So it
Teferi
didn't
also
matter
would have
as
been able to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right,
And
let's...
I feel like most of the planeswalkers
we got Sword.
Rare occasion.
Yeah, not all. Kasmina,
Arlen's
Arlen, Nissa,
Ness is not.
Liliana, Gideon, the big ones,
Right.
besides
But-
Bolas.
But a good number of them are more than 1 color.
Okay, so here's the question now.
Ooh, you're running out of time.
I know. Relax. Not you relax. The game relax. I'm gonna play Nissa. Play a forest. And I'm going to Momir. X equals 3. 4. Excuse me. X equals 4. I'm gonna discard this island to get a 3/1 flyer. Then I'm going to use Nissa's +1 and make one of our forests into a creature. It untaps. Then we can go to combat and attack with 1, 2, 3. Our Ugin creatures.
Yeah.
Their 1/4 is tapped. They have a 1/2, a 4/2, a 3/1. Do we care? We have a flyer that can hit Jiang, I guess, to kill him. because they've been tapping for mana with their 1/4. There's a lot of things to attack with. This 4 power thing would kill this, so I don't want that to happen. I don't want our land to die. I'll attack with one of our wolves as well. Okay. Because we are much wider than they are right now.
Yeah.
And if they kill Obnixilis, if they kill the Obnixilis thing,
Right.
we're in a great position.
Right.
And if they kill either of the other two, we can discard them to Momir. Nissa is doubling the green mana we get from our forests, so we're Momiring for much more. So yeah,
Okay.
we're in a pretty good position, I feel,
Yes.
right now.
And we're at 20 and they're at 12.
Correct. I mean, this is taking a long time because the board state's crazy, but it's
Okay,
worth
so
it.
is that why it's like so ridiculously slow?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And that's why I'm taking a long time as well, because I have to think. You know, they go to 6,
is
but they
lacking
kill one of our
kindness.
wolves, but they
Okay.
sack their 3/1 in the process.
Okay.
Which is fine. I've been trying to get rid of that 3/1 since the beginning of the game. They do have, notably, 8 cards in their hand. 7 cards in their hand
Okay.
as they play that forest. But they added a green and a white and a blue and a black for a jump. Okay.
Realize
for them?
I do not.
So they can gain 3 life, or they can put a +1/+1 counter on each creature they control and a loyalty counter on each planeswalker they control, which is very good. Ajani is very, very good. By Nahiri, all of their creatures have first strike,
Vengeance will
and they
rain
can
like
minus
meteors.
X to deal X damage to target tapped creature, so they can kill our flyer if they want. They pump
to.
everything up with Ajani, which makes perfect sense. That's very good for them.
Yeah.
Very, very good for them.
Yeah. Because now we can't even trade our chromiums.
Correct. And we don't have a card to discard to save our chromium. Although, they would have to discard a card to save it from, like, Omnixilis, for example. But if they attack with it, we can attack back, and we're doing better than they are life-wise.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So they're not going to attack with this chromium ever. They killed our flyer. That's fine. So
well, we
Nahiri is
still
at
have
6.
our 3/1 flyer.
Correct.
That's got summoning sickness right now.
For now. But we can... So, it's a good point, though, because what it means is we can attack with both. They can only block one of them. They presumably block the larger one. Take 3, go to 3.
Yeah.
But this won't die in the process. Oh, and it has first strike as well. So even if they were even, it wouldn't perfectly work. They're going to try to kill Nissa with Chromium. Interesting. Okay, so I can't discard a card to save my Chromium. Oh, and this has Vigilance from Ajani. Very nice. Okay, we're going to block with this one then.
The flyer, the only flyer we've got left.
We've got, otherwise we lose Chromium in the process. We pick one.
Yeah, but we didn't care about losing chromium earlier.
But if we can kill a Johnny, then they can't attack with this without tapping it. Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, but then Nissa...
Well, what is... We need to keep Nissa, right?
Yeah. Okay. So we block with Chromium, lose Chromium. The problem is then we can't attack at all with these two.
Well, chromium's got flying, right? Because he's a dragon.
Both have flying, correct.
Yeah, so
correct.
get rid of the 3/1 then.
Okay. That's what I'm saying, yeah. The problem is this is untapped. So we can't attack back because it's not tapping to attack because it has Vigilance. We could have double blocked, but they would just discard Chromium and they would save their Chromium and we would... Technically, we then wouldn't lose either of our guys. Oh, no, we might lose our 3/1 then in the process. We drew a land. Very, very good. That's very, very good. So, Ugin plus up. Get another 2/2. That's easy. So we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, we got Gideon under this one. Wow, that's scary.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We can Momir for 11. X equals 11. Discard this island. Let's see what we get. What has a mana cost of 11? Nothing. There's not a creature on MTG Arena that has mana cost of 11 So we just did it and get nothing because Arena doesn't have enough creatures in there. Okay.
We get nothing?
No, nothing. There's not a creature that exists in their database that has 11 mana, so we get nothing.
We get nothing.
Nothing.
So they don't even substitute for like a 10.
They can't.
And then give us back our land that we discarded.
Nope. Okay, so...
What the literal...
Alright, so let's use Nissa, plus her up, on another swamp, I guess. We need it for Bolus, but we don't have Bolus.
That's so messed
we
up.
don't have double white. We
The
can't play
land
Giddy.
fights for us.
Interestingly. Alright, let's go to combat. Let's attack... If we attack with everything, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blockers. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 attackers. 3 attackers get through. All 2 power. We win.
Okay.
I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 get through. Our weakest 3 all have 2 power. They're at 6. I'll attack them. Let's see what happens. Math is for blockers, my friend. No, I genuinely think we win this one, actually.
Okay.
Even after we Momir for 11 and get nothing.
Well... I cannot believe that.
That does suck.
They don't even give us a 10 then.
Nope.
Even if they can't give us back the one that we've lost then.
And it's
Give
only
us a 10.
And it's only because Arena only has a limited number of creatures, which is not notably what Momir says. It says a random creature card with converted mana cost X, not a random creature card in MTG Arena.
Yeah.
But they don't have it programmed with every creature in the history of Magic, which one I don't blame them for because
Right.
that's a lot. Have they realized they lost yet? Right now, 3, 4, okay, 2, 4, 6. Do they have a way of gaining life when something? Does anything have life link that I'm not aware of? Nope. You win. What a stressful game, my friends.
And we were still at 20.
Yeah, we were still at 12. I don't
They
know that
never
we
hit us
lost.
for anything.
No, I don't know that we lost a point. But we did get 1,100 gold for that win.
Wow.
I mean, again, because we completed some tasks.
It was definitely a compelling game, I can say that.
Holy crap. Well, I think
It's
after...
an interesting one.
Yeah, I think after that one, that's going to be it for this particular video, just because we've
Yeah.
been filming for a while.
Because it's a bit.
Yes, we will probably continue, but stay tuned to the channel to see more of these. We are going now for Tybalt as our next stained glass style for our Planeswalkers.
I have to say now that I'm actually at this point really digging this Momir.
Ooh, okay. I like hearing that.
Yeah.
That's very much what I
Well,
like to
because
hear.
I can follow it. So, like, as you're playing, I'm like, this makes sense, right? And this, and like, I don't know. I feel much more like I'm playing with you instead of just kind of sitting here commenting on what you're doing.
Which is good. That's really good. And I mean, I had, and this is me as a player, right? I don't pretend. I don't go to Pro Tours or Magic Fests or whatever they're called now, Grand Prix, etc. I play for fun and I try to do my best. I misplayed a good number of times today, and it's unfortunate. I could say it's because I'm tired, but really it's just because like it just happens sometimes, right?
Well, and because it's a weird format.
There was a
for you
lot
to
going
try
on.
and play.
There was a lot
Like,
going on. But like we lost to Fairy because I forgot that we had a 1/1 flyer that we could have chump blocked with, right? The 11 thing I don't believe was my fault, the Momir thing. Because I don't have it memorized with how many creatures are on
And you shouldn't
Arena.
have to. I can't believe that they couldn't compensate for that in some way.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I also
come on.
I don't know off the top of my head how much like Galta is. Like Galta I think is like 12 or 14 mana. So it's not like once you get to a certain point there aren't any that are up there, you know? But that's fine.
Well,
I mean,
like even provide 2 then. Provide 2, one that's 5 and one that's 6.
Yeah.
You know, or find some sort of way to fix it.
right, yeah, interesting.
I just feel like
Or
that's
at least
rude.
or at least warn you because it's Arena. You could
Right.
say like there are no creatures for 11. Do you still want to do this, right? Because there are some instances, not in this particular format that I'm aware of, but there are some instances where you would want to discard a card, without
Yeah.
getting any benefit for it. So you might
Yeah.
but you wouldn't tap 11 for it. You know what I
No,
mean? Like that
no.
would be so much mana
No, I
just
just
to
feel like
discard
that,
a card.
that's just rude.
Yeah, it
and
sucks.
or sloppy.
It sucks.
Like they just didn't do the legwork. I feel like
It's some. I mean, it's again.
fix that.
It's some bad beats. It happens. It sucks. But for now, that is going to be it for this video. Let us know your opinions on that and anything else that happened in this video down in the comments below, because we would love to hear from you.
Yes.
But for now, from the Geek for All YouTube channel, I have been Joe.
And I'm Amy.
And as we always say, whichever video of ours you watch next, I don't mess that up
Whenever.
ever. Wow. In whichever video of ours you watch next, we will see you all next time. Thanks, everybody.